Okay, let's go and jump to rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the Berserker straight away. We do start off with a fanfare, which is kind of awesome. Which I'm going to have to take the broom for now. I do want to grab the big old banana. I kind of want to take the Walrus Tusk for now, and I kind of want to roll to try and grab a second weapon. Which we did get. Now we did miss on a bag, which is a little bit unfortunate. Because we can't add in our food items for now. But this is going to be round 1. Now, is it really going to be that good? We do have double weapons. Our only bit of survivability is our Battle Rage with Lifesteal with the Utility Pouch. But with our Fanny Pack, we do increase our weapon speed up just a small bit. So instead of being 30% slowed down, they're actually just about 20%. But they still get that 30% increased damage. And with our Fanfare, it does give us some power, increase our weapon damage. So we could still have the advantage. Potentially. I say could still. Definitely not, unfortunately. However, let's grab the storage. I do kind of want to grab a set of blueberries. And I really do want to roll. Because I do want to craft up a hero sword. I also want to grab this too, but we didn't get another bag. We're a little bit behind on storage, to be honest. But I'm not going to put in a banana for our healing herbs along with our Walrus Tusk. And you know what, might as well grab a stone. But let's craft up a hero sword. Our fanfare should be able to move relatively faster. Taking our opponent's stamina, giving us empower. But if it does give us mana, that's literally not going to do anything for us. But can we actually win out? We do get our Battle Rage, give us our Lifesteal. And it's definitely looking like so. Hell yeah. Now, since we have our little Star of Courage, we could actually go for Unique and speed up one of our items like crazy. We could also take Slime Time, which is great with the Wolf Pack Leader. Or we could take False Life for a little bit of max life stacking. I think at this point, I prefer actually grabbing Unique because we can speed up something like absurdly fast. But we do also get a pair of gloves, which I'm going to be taking also. Now we could just go for a claws attack, but I'm going to sell it and I'm going to sell a stone because I do want to grab a box of riches. And yeah, I'm going to be moving on. So I'm probably going to want to speed up. Maybe not a fanfare. But it is going to be kind of nice. Since it is godly item, a pair of gloves targeting as well. It does give us a ton of mana, which doesn't really help us out. So unfortunately, we got a bit unlucky facing his opponents by getting a ton of mana instead of power. So we do end up falling short. But I think we got the best unique we could get from the whole lot. So that's just going to give us an insane amount of value. So I'm definitely going to have to take that. It's also going to give us a bunch of buffs, which is really, really awesome. I definitely want to take another set of blueberries. That's a mana orb. We want to grab every single Unidentified amulet. And I kind of want to grab the armor on sale too. So I'm going to take all these items. But let's venture on once again. So you're going to be sped up just a small bit. It's going to go down to 2 seconds, gain a random buff. Which could be awesome because it could be Empower, it could be Vampirism, could be Spikes. As long as there's anything but mana, we're getting so much mana that it's not going to be that great for us. But once we get a Mana Orb and get a Magic Staff, it's going to be fantastic. But we managed to get some power, some Vampirism. So we could actually win this one out. And you know what? It definitely looks like it might have saved us. And hell yeah. The Silver Bob Leader did definitely save us. But what did we get from it? A stone and 2 better gemstones. I'm going to have to grab the Mana Orb because I do really just want to craft this up in a 2 Magic Staff. But we're going to sell a stone because I do want to grab this amulet. It's an Amulet Darkness. I'm definitely going to let that go. But I also kind of want the Elite Badge. But I'm going to offer up our Amulet Darkness. I'm also going to offer up these gemstones. And yeah, we're going to take our Elite Badge in the next runs. Now I'm kind of going to let go of the armor because I do want to try to grab ourselves a Falcon Blade. I do kind of want to go for Spike Staff, Falcon Blade. But we'll see how we get on with this. Is this really going to be good enough? With our fanfare, still going to be triggering fast. We do stack up a little bit more mana. But we are looking like we're going to fall short because our opponent does have a ton of Vampirism. And we didn't get the buffs we do need to actually win out. But we'll see. We've got a Daggerang of all things. Let's grab our Leaf Badge. Let's grab this Fanny Pack. Let's roll. And we're going to get a Falcon Blade. Just like that. I'm going to sell our healing herbs so we can actually grab it. And craft up this Falcon Blade. The only problem is, do you want to keep our Daggerang? We could keep it. We could offer it up. I do kind of want to keep it though. But I think I'm going to offer up our Box of Riches because we definitely just want to be offering up something every single round whenever we can. So let's get going once again. But now speeding up our fanfare doesn't seem as bad because it is going to give us mana for Magic Staff to deal some damage. We're going to be stealing our opponent's buffs. We're going to be cleansing those debuffs they do inflict. But they're dealing some big damage to us. So we still could be in trouble. However, we're starting to bring it back with our Battle Rage, but unfortunately it just ends up falling short once again. We're down to our final life already. Which is really darn scary. Let's grab another Fanfare. Might as well grab another one. Let's grab this gemstone. We could craft up a Heart of Darkness, which I don't actually want to do. I do want to grab this bit of storage. I'm going to sell this blue gemstone, and I do want to take a bunch of blueberries so we stack up our mana a little bit faster. And yeah, I'm going to move on with this for now. Is this really going to be good enough? We'll see. We're going to be speeding up our weapon situation with our Falcon Blade. We should be able to stack up a little bit more in power with double Fanfares. And we'll see. With our Stable Combobulator, we stack up our buffs. With our Daggerang, we also steal our opponent's buffs, and it's looking much better. We do get our life back, and now we do have a choice to make. And we got ourselves a puzzle bag of improvements, which I do like quite a bit. Now, at this time, we do have a Daggerang, which does trigger an attack on stun. So we could actually take a Brass Knuckles, which I'm down for. Now, I'd love to put a Brass Knuckles in this position, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Now, we do got a choice to make. We can take the Glowing Crown. We could also grab the customer card, which I'm down for, because that is going to speed up our uniquely unique a little bit more. We could take the Artifact Stone Debt, which I don't actually want. I do want to grab every amulet that we do see, but I kind of want to grab a bit of storage for now. Let's reserve you. I'm happy enough with this for now. We should be able to speed up our Fanfares. We should be able to get more mana generation. We should be able to get this Brass Knuckles to stun our opponents quite often, and our Leaf Badge is going to be beside our Daggerang along with our Magic Staff. But we definitely want to go for a Spike Staff. That way we can stack up even more in power. But our opponent's dealing a lot of damage with a Burning Sword Obsidian Dragon, but that's some massive damage. And we got ourselves a stone, little Pocket Sands. Let's go and grab you. I'm out of life. You know, I might actually offer that up. I'm going to roll once again. We could grab the Goobers. I'm going to grab the Fanny Pack for now. Let's keep rolling. And I'm also looking at this Corrupted Crystal because I do kind of want to take that and offer that up as well. But we also do want to take this customer card. We also do got a bunch of heat as well, but I'm actually going to sell the heat. As mad as that is. And a stone. Let's go ahead and grab you. And you're going to move on with this. Now, this is going to be the fastest unique alive. Stun our opponent. Try to stack up our crits. Now, our opponent does have a turtle with the rope, with the Falcon Blade. It's a really nice setup. They're going to be trying to survive to get their Jin Slam to stack up enough buffs. But with our Daggerang, we actually steal a lot of their buffs. And hell yeah. This is not too bad. We got ourselves a Vampiric Gloves, which is kind of awesome. The only thing is, our Falcon Blade and our Brass Knuckles only use up the Vampirism. Now, by the holiday, I kind of wish it worked with Fanfares. It doesn't actually work with Fanfares, so it's not that great. We could take Echo and Battlecry, but that's not that great either. We could take False Life, but that's not that great for us either. So I think we're going to do a big old gamble, see what we get. We got Enchanted Weapons, which is, I'm going to say, not that great either. But I'm going to take this little bit of storage. It's going to be decent, actually, since it does give us our chance for Brass Knuckles to hit again, which is going to be kind of nice. But I do want to grab this Acorn Collar. And I do kind of want to set up in this position. Now, we could craft up that crit with staff, but I think I prefer keeping it as an Acorn Collar for now. Because I'd rather grab a red collar for an insane amount of heals. Now, unfortunately, our Enchanted Weapons only needs to be targeting our Daggerang, our Magic Staff, and our Brass Knuckles, because it doesn't actually work on our Falcon Blade. We got a second banana, which I'm going to be selling. We probably should have kept it to offer it up with our Stable Recombobulator. And the question is, do we want the Bloody Harvester? I don't think I do. I kind of want to grab more storage as I roll for now. We could take another card. We could go for that Buster Blade. I mean, unique Buster Blade is really awesome, but it does take us quite some time to stack up our power. But I'm going to take another card for now. And I'm going to offer up Just a Flame for now. And I'm going to move on with this for now. So we should be in a fantastic spot. We should be able to get tons and tons of damage. Our crits should scale up insanely fast with our Brass Knuckles along with our luck. But it's looking a bit dicey. We do enter Battle Rage, we get our lifesteal, and smashing damage. Within 7 seconds, we have 45% accuracy. Or crits, I mean. And he really wants to stake Bloody Harvester. We can trade up Vampiric Gloves for a practically large greatsword, which I don't think I actually want to do. I definitely want to grab whenever you see one of these. Amid's is actually kind of awesome. It would increase your crit chance. It would increase your chance to stun. Maybe I do want to keep that. I'm not going to take the X though. I'm going to keep rolling for now. We do get our Spike Staff, which is going to be amazing. We also get a Prismatic Orb on sale. And we can take a Steel Goobers if we really want to. But I'm going to take another set of Blue Waves for now as I craft this up into a Spike Staff. And I think we're going to get rid of our Almonds of Fortune. As much as I'd love to keep it to increase our chance to stun and our crit chance and everything else. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough getting rid of it. Just because I like our position quite a bit the way we have it. For now as well. Because our Brass Knuckles is triggering every 1.2 seconds. Which does give us accuracy, gives us crit chance. Which should be smashing. And it's definitely not looking too bad. Hell yeah. When we get our Spike Staff, we're going to get even more damage, which is going to be even more awesome. And if we kept our twine, we could have actually went for a Dragonite. The problem I have right now is we could lose the speed from Vampire Gloves on our Dragon. But it would be awesome in this position. We also get a red collar, which I'm going to have to take for now as well. Which means I'm going to start off by grabbing this small bit of storage. Let's go ahead and take it. Let's craft up that red collar, which is going to give us a ton of lifesteal. And let's go ahead and grab this for now as well. I'm going to offer up our little Goobling, but I am going to move on with this for now. So our unique is starting to lose a little bit of speed. But our Prismatic Orb is going to give us 10 mana, which should be smashing. And yeah, let's keep going. I did take out a card, so we're not going to be stacking up as much of power. We are going to be getting Mrs. Struggles, which is going to eat up a lot of our buffs. And we could be in trouble, because they're going to be stacking up a small bit of colds. I mean, more than a small bit of colds. With a Snow Stick. Slowing us down, but we're doing some massive damage, and hell yeah. We could definitely just outpace them. But now it's going to take us to stack up our Vampirism to actually give us crits, but every bit of luck is going to give us a ton of lifesteal on all our weapons, which is going to give us a crazy amount of survivability. Now I'm going to start off by grabbing this bit of storage, freeing up our unique so we can put in some of unique items back in beside it. Now, do we really want Tim? We could use Tim on Excalibur. That way we just steal a bunch of buffs. It does cost a lot of golds. I don't think I'm going to take it. Did I say Excalibur? I meant Falcon Blade. We do get a cap, which I do really want to take. Another Mana Orb for more consistent mana gains is also pretty darn sweet. But I'm going to start off by taking our cap. I'm also going to sell the Flame. And that little lump gold, because I do want to add this in for now as well. But I'm going to place our Mana Orb in this position, and I'm going to have to venture on once again. So we're going to be scaling up our Vampirism while our Brass Knuckles scales up our crit chance and our accuracy. So it should be awesome. We should have crazy absurd heals. We should be able to stack up lots of power. We should be able to deal lots of damage. We should be able to get crazy absurd buffs. And smashing. Literal smashing. Actually, got rid of one of our custom cards by accident. It is what it is. Now we also got the freaking Mage's Badge on top of everything. Because that is literally going to duplicate our mana gains. But let's sell all the stuff. I do want to grab another Helmet. I do want to grab another Acorn Collar. The position on the second collar is going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to place this Mana Orb in this position for now. Should we go for a Blue Sage's Collar instead, so we have a chance to stack up crazy absurd mana to try get a big mana buff bomb? Definitely want to take the Mage's Badge, so we get crazy absurd more mana as well. And I really do want to grab the second cap. Just so we get a little bit more time to stack up our buffs and everything. We're going to sell our stone to roll once more. And I am going to move on with this. So our Magic Badge is going to be in this position, giving us a chance to duplicate our mana. And we're going to be trying to get a big mana buff bomb. With a Blue Sage Collar, we should be able to stack up our mana gains a little bit faster as well. So we just keep getting in power, we get tons of buffs and smashing. Now our DPS is about 57, our opponent does have the cap and the stone shoes, which does decrease our damage just a little bit, especially with Norse Please. I mean, we got 57 DPS within 7 seconds, and they had so much damage reduction that I think our build is kind of awesome. Now in terms of heals, we had 14 per second, but again, they had so much damage reduction that we weren't lifestealing for as much as we're dealing damage, if that makes sense. And as for block, not a whole lot of block in. But I do think this is about to get crazier. But we'll see. Now I'm going to roll. Definitely want to grab this bit of storage. Grab the bit of storage. I do want to craft up our helmets, although that is a second Prismatic Orb, which we're going to have to instantly take. We're going to roll again. And I really do want to grab ourselves a fanny pack. But it's not looking too bad. It's going to be 10 more mana. That's going to be 10 mana. We should be able to get some Vampirism. We should be able to get increased healing efficiency. We could grab a Spell Scholar Growth to keep up our stamina. We could also grab the Badger to stack up our max life. But I just want to find more Prismatic Orbs. We should be able to get a chance to duplicate the buffs from our Prismatic Orbs. We'll duplicate the mana. So we do start off with almost our big mana buff bomb. So we should be able to get a crazy absurd amount of buffs if we do manage to get it. And hell yeah, it's not going to be close whatsoever. It's kind of awesome. We also got a Cupcake, which would be stacking up our buffs a little bit faster as well. It is quite slow though, every 6.2 seconds. So I'm not sure if I do want to take it. Holy Armor could be kind of nice. But I'm not going to take it. I'm going to grab this bit of storage. Neku could increase the speed on our Brass Knuckles. Our Stable Recombobulator, which we haven't used in a little bit. So we should take it and just offer it up if we're not going to be using it anyway. We really do want to grab Unidentified Amulets whenever we can. But I am going to venture on. We're going to offer up our Neku. But this could be problematic. Snow Sticks. That blinds. We are scaling up our accuracy. So we should potentially be able to win out. The problem is they're going to be stealing all our luck. But with our Brass Knuckles, our accuracy should still be quite high. So blind doesn't matter. The cold is going to be a problem. But I think we can actually win out before the heal back to full. And awesome. Definitely awesome. And we got ourselves a little Wisdom Pup, which is kind of nice. Also. I do want to grab this bit of storage. I do want to grab our Amulet. And with Alchemy, we're going to be definitely offering up. And we can straight up trade our Bloody Amulet for a Dark Lotus. Now this is pretty good, but I really don't actually want it because we really do want to keep our luck. I'm going to grab our Stable Recombobulator, and I might just let that recombobulate itself. I do want to keep rolling. That's a second mana orb, which I kind of do want to grab. So I'm going to sell this. We could have actually crafted up a Stone Helmet, but I'm going to have to sell a little bit of luck to grab ourselves another mana orb. And I do want to place it in this position, which is potentially going to give us more mana as well. And we could also have our Blue Sage's Collar, but I really do want to Poseidon Falcon Blade. Now, it would be awesome in this position, but again, I do want to speed up our Brass Knuckles as much as possible. Yeah, I'm going to be moving on with this. So I'm going to let our Stable Recombobulator recombobulate our Amulet, where our Unstable Recombobulator just recombobulates itself. Now, are we going to be taking on a Prismatic Sword with double Null Blades? They got quite a few debuffs and buffs and everything else, but it didn't matter too much. And what we're going to get, something awesome, hopefully. Okay, the draft is kind of crazy. Now, the bad thing about Misfortune is it is going to use up our luck, which I actually kind of don't want to take. I will take another customer card for now. Let's take the Divine Paw. Let's roll. I'm going to sell our Mage's Hat. It does give us a little bit of starting mana, but I don't really want it. I do kind of want to grab more luck. Let's keep going. And let's go again. Now, at this point, I'm going to sell you to actually grab another Amulet. What's it going to be? Arms of Darkness, which, unfortunately, it's not going to be that great for us. And as mad as that is, I'm going to sell our Misfortune of all things. And I do want to roll again. Now, we do get our Badge Spirit Companion, which we can stack up our max life, which I do like quite a bit. And it does give us a big old heal. So we're going to sell one set of Blueberries, we're going to sell our customer card, and we're going to take the Badger. So the Badger is going to be stacking up a small bit of max life for us. It's going to be using up a bit more of our mana. Our Arms of Darkness is going to have some crits from our Amulet. And we should be able to do a little bit more damage with it and maybe inflict a few debuffs also. But this is going to be final builds. Didn't expect to be playing a Mage's Badge, Falcon Blade, Blue Sage's Collar, Spike Staff Fighter type build, but that's the craziness of the Uniquely Unique. It's a super fun skill. We're going to see if it's going to be good enough. Can we actually win out? Going to begin a Fire Greatsword Anvil. Actually, kind of awesome. Now, they're going to be trying to steal our buffs with the Perfect Amethyst. They're going to be trying to speed up like crazy as well. It is going to take them quite some time to actually stack up their Empower. So our little Daggerang can steal their Empower, delaying them a little bit. And it kind of looked like it, to be honest. But we got tons of damage and it's not going to be close whatsoever. So overall, a crazy fun build. Now we did end up with 112 DPS. Our opponent did have a cap for damage reduction as well. But we didn't end up smashing out. And we did actually manage to get 87 healing per second, which is not too bad. Our opponent could have used that Perfect Amethyst to actually reduce her healing by quite a bit. Which I think will be better than actually chancing to steal those buffs with Molten Greatsword. Now it does trigger pretty fast, so maybe that's pretty decent, but I do like the healing reduction a little bit more. In terms of block, we managed to get 74, all being from protectable purses, and our little Wisdom Pup did trigger once. So since we went so fast, Little Badger didn't do a whole lot for us. It's there for backup. Wisdom Pup didn't do a whole lot for us, so we could have got rid of Wisdom Pup, and maybe even our fanfares. But overall, a super fun build. We did end up with 3 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 11. Ranked us up quite a bit. But I am going to leave you here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope to look over the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're going to see can we deal with some Burning Blades, Obsidian Dragons type setup. They're going to do lots and lots of damage. They got heal reduction out of wazoo. They're going to have damage reduction as well. But we also got tons and tons of damage and just barely surviving. That was definitely a race. Are we going to be able to take on a Dragon Knight, Squirrel Archer, Chin Up, who's going to be trying to steal all our buffs, especially with Tim? But we're have to deal more than half their HP and smashing. Now, can we deal with a White Lady's Collar, Fancy Fencing Rapier? It was actually a very clever way to stack up an insane amount of luck to have that consistent scaling damage on the Fancy Fencing Rapier and also have the crits. And we still managed to win out though. Now, can we deal with a Mana Stacking Cupcake Staff with a Dark Saber Shiny Mantle? Again, they're going to be removing a lot of healing. 92% healing reduction, so we're not going to be healing a whole lot. But the game plan isn't to heal too much, it's to deal big damage. But you do get the invulnerability to stop us from dealing damage, but hell yeah.